when we started to look at retention rates for traditional freshmen and who are in the residence halls, and then for the students who are commuting, what we found was there was about a 15, sometimes 20% difference. So if we were retaining 80% of the residential freshmen, we were only retaining maybe 60 to 61% of the commuter students, or only about 60% were choosing to continue from the spring quarter of their freshman year to the fall quarter of their sophomore year. And that was a problem, because one of our goals was to be serving the students of the Appalachian region, and we just didn't think that was happening. So you have the traditional age 18-year-old who's just graduated from high school, who lives within the 50-mile radius of Athens, who's commuting, chooses to commute. And then you have the older, what we call non-traditional student, who oftentimes has a job, had been in college maybe 20 years ago or even longer, has a family, and decides to come back. It's time to finish the degree. Oftentimes, the cute story is they'll say, I have a 17-year-old and I told them I'm going to finish my degree before they go to college and finish their degree. One of the things that really got to us was we started to hear stories from both groups of these students where they would say, yeah, I just go and sit in my car and eat my lunch. And we're like, no, we want, there are so many places on campus that you can at least eat lunch and talk with other students, and so let's at least get you to eat with other people, and we did sponsor luncheons every quarter to kind of address that problem too, and to get students to see you don't have to sit in your car, you don't have to embrace that commuter student kind of role all the time. Again, the students who chose to participate in the learning communities, and these were the traditional aged 18-year-olds as freshmen who participated in the freshman learning community, and they took 2, 3, sometimes 4 classes together. They were the ones who benefited probably the most, and because they also were the ones who were exposed to, here are all the services that you can use on campus. There's tutoring and supplemental instruction, and let's go to a play, let's go to an athletic event. And those students, we began to see a much higher rate of return in the following fall. And I think you're always seeing a higher success rate in the non-traditional students because their commitment level is always higher. It might take them longer, but if you make the choice at age 45 to come back to school and you've got a family and a job and you're still going to do it, then you're pretty committed to completing what you've chosen to do. So that population, even though they need support and people to cheer them on and places to stay on campus and those kinds of things, they usually have a much higher success rate on their own than the traditional age students who just really were floundering.